Back at it, man. Warm up with Rivalry. You know we got to come to you with the biggest sports topics that's going on right now, man. And we got to start with March Madness Final Four. Our Auburn Tigers, bro. This close, this close to doing something special, man. Second time in history that we made the Final Four, but we couldn't pull it off, man. We go down again to your pops, Florida Gators. Man,
Yeah,
man, man.
yeah, yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough, man. All the Auburn fans out there, we feel the same hurt as you because it seems like we always just right there. It seems like we always right there to take it to another level. And man, I just want to personally apologize because I part of my team have put you through some of this heartbreak. And I know it's hard for you to go into work the next day and have to deal with it. And when you know we should have won, we know we should have been advancing, giving you that confidence to go in there and rep your school proudly, or just your team if you're just a fan, man. So I understand, and it hurts. It hurts really bad. But I want to apologize from the Auburn athletics on my behalf for everybody. But yeah, man, just getting into this game, it's disheartening to say the least. It's disheartening. We lost to a great Florida team, a team that'll probably win it all. Another good SEC team. They was the number one seed as well. But we should have won the game. Coming out, we had the perfect game plan. The energy was there. We was hitting on all cylinders. I seen a different focus in our guys' eyes that was saying that this is a revenge tour. I know I've been saying that, hey man, we gonna have this revenge tour these last two games in the Final Four. I thought we would get Florida and then we would get Duke. The two teams that beat us in the regular season. I think we lost what, 4 games, maybe 4 or 5 games, I think. And two of those games were in them, and they were close games. Um, came out strong, like I said we would, knowing that we had to stop what number one with Florida. Dang, I can't think of his name. I forgot his name.
Walter Clayton, Clayton Jr.
Clayton Jr.
Yes, sir.
Clayton Jr. We had to stop him, man. And for you guys who don't know who Clayton Jr., if you've been under a rock, man, he's a guy that pretty much worked his way into the position that he is. Man, was a top football player, wanted to play basketball, didn't get the scholarships or the looks that he wanted. Ended up going to a smaller school in Iona, playing for Rick Pitino, and basically just working his way up. Working his way up to the D1 major level and consistently got better every year. I think his freshman year, he started out with 8 points. Sophomore year, he went up to like 12. Junior year is like 14, 16. This year, he's averaging 18. So I commend him for being somebody who stuck to his craft because you really don't see that often and just continues to work his craft and getting better. But he's one of the top players. He's actually another player that was up for the National Player of the Year, like our Janai Broom, along with Cooper Flag at Duke. Um, but we would stop him early, but you had to know that we wouldn't be able to stop him the whole game. It was only going to be able to slow him down. And I felt like we had a great game plan in the first half. There's a lot of energy. Shots were falling, and whenever shots are falling, of course things are going to go good. I just felt like once we went into the halftime, that things begin to change. I don't think that we changed nothing at all. And I think that Florida had a different mindset, and I think they changed that, and they came out and they executed. Uh, it's almost the, I feel like it was the it's not, is it the Rumble in the Jungle with Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, where Muhammad Ali sat there and took all his punches and tired out George Foreman. And then once he seen he was tired, they started coming with the big blows. That's all. That's what it felt like to me. That first 2 minutes of the second half was it was very crucial. They went on the run. I think they went on a 5 or 6-0 run, and it just looked like it was snowballing from there, and it couldn't be stopped. I love Coach Pearl for what he's brought to this Auburn program. For people saying that we're a basketball school now, he's brought some sturdiness. He's brought a foundation. He's brought excellence. People are expecting us to win, but sometimes I question, him being able to adjust to some things, not calling timely timeouts, questioning a few of his substitution rotations, just being able to adjust on the fly, man. That's a part of it. And when you get down to these games where everybody is good, that's what it's about. and I feel like we fell short. It was a many storylines in this game. Uh, Florida's head coach was an assistant for Auburn years ago. And the reason that he has his job now is because Bruce Pearl spoke up to Florida AD on his behalf to get this job. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating to say the least, man, because I felt like we had the best team that we've had in a while. We really want to compare them against the 2019 team, which I thought was probably the best team we ever had in Auburn history, and just see how they match up against each other. But it's gonna be interesting to see where we go from here. We was a well experienced basketball team. They was comparing our team to a G League team, and with the ages, even some NBA teams with us being older than a few NBA teams. So just to go out the way we did, it hurts. It hurts to say the least, man. But I'm gonna take off my Auburn hat and put on my analyst hat and say congratulations to the Florida Gators. I hope that they win it all. Just for the conference of the SEC and for the South. They did what they needed to do. They went in, they adjusted, they came out, and the adjustment that they made was how we played when I played basketball in AAU. They got to running. They got to running. We wanted to slow the game down. Nah, they got to running. And once they got to running, man, it was just hard for us to keep up with it. Janai Broom, they was reporting that he didn't practice a lot this week, and this win showed up. I think Auburn should have went into a smaller set and maybe played with 31 at the center or four at the center and kind of went smaller so they were able to run with them and kind of played fast with them. You know what I'm saying? I think we had the guys to and kind of spread it out and play a little bit, not one on one per se, but find the right matchups to beat because at the end of the day it turns into one on one. They're not playing a 2-3, we're playing man on man. So I think Florida's pretty much out coached us and got us to win and got them to win and got them to move on to the next level in this national championship.
Oh man, I appreciate you. I'm gonna just start it off. I appreciate the way you just gave that rundown, man. Starting out with the apology to our Auburn fans, man. It seems as if we continue to let down our core fan base. I'm the one to tell you, man, Auburn fans will change on you very quickly. We have a very passionate fan base. Coming from the football side of things, if you don't perform well, you will hear those boos in the stands. But man, it's very bittersweet, and I'll say that because obviously we made it fairly far in the basketball realm of things in the past few years, but we continue to come up short. Football has been a disgrace. You know what I'm saying? But it takes us back to self accountability to 2013 Auburn Tigers versus Florida State for the national championship, when myself, you played a huge part in that game, and we came up short, not only for ourselves, but for our fan base. And it still hurts to this day. It's what, 12 years later,
12
and
years later.
it feels like, just yesterday where we came out from halftime not ready to execute, and we blew that lead. So man, to start out, I appreciate what you said, man. Auburn fans, man, we apologize on the sports side of things, athletics, man, because we cannot close the deal.
Yeah.
We can't close the deal. We didn't close the deal. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Because when they talk about the 2013 national champions, they talk about Jameis Winston and Florida State instead of the Auburn Tigers. And we were more deserving. I think we had the better team. Obviously, people will come up and say, okay, they had 20, 22 guys in the NFL, blah, blah, blah. Me personally, I think we had the better team, the better guys, matchup for matchup. So I'm gonna start there. Again, we apologize. But man, I want to shout out to our Auburn Tiger basketball team
Mhm.
because they've given us something to cheer about, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying, man? When the last few seasons, when it comes to football, ever since Brian Harsin, man, it really hadn't been a lot to cheer about when it comes to Auburn football. It's been a lot of frustration. The Auburn Tigers basketball team has given us something to hang our hat on, have some pride about. So, man, shout out to them boys. Man, we appreciate it. Bruce Pearl, the effort, man. Starting with Caldwell, man. I want to start with Caldwell, a senior, who, for the longest, bro, I can remember the energy that he brought into the jungle. Every time he would play, the things he would do, his antics, the way he would get the crowd involved, bro. Um, he's a true, in my opinion, Auburn guy. You know what I'm saying? From a sense of energy. But in this ball game, bro, like you said, we came out with the right game plan. You look at the guys when they was getting their name called. We text each other, man. These guys look ready.
Yeah.
You could just see it in their eyes, man. They had a revenge mindset. They came out playing tough basketball, playing inside out, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Um, Again, first half playing inside out. Broom had 12 points in the first half, um, which was which was huge. He was on his way to have a historic Final Four basketball game. He was on his way. But second half ended up with 3 points. Ended the
Wow.
game with 15 points. Florida did a great job with preventing him from getting the ball. But again, was it fatigue? Who knows, man? Shout out to Florida, man. Walter Clayton Jr. I ain't got to break it down anymore. You mentioned football guy, didn't want to play football, had a passion for basketball, took a smaller route in basketball, and look where he's at now. Bro, 34 points. 34 points in the Final Four game, bro. I saw a tweet that said Walter Clayton Jr. played so good, I almost forgot his name was Walter. Hey, listen, man, shout out to the kid, man.
Yeah.
True baller, bro. Came out on fire. First play of the game, man. We go to Broom down low. He hits you with a smooth left-handed shot. And right off of that, man, you get Walter Clayton Jr. coming off of a screen for the three. He started the game hot, man. He had a mindset, in my opinion, that he was not gonna let his guys win. And when you look at that matchup, I feel like Auburn had the better matchup. We had the better guys. Pound for pound, I think we were the better team. But hey, we lost both of those matchups, and we lost when it mattered. This Final Four, bro. Um, man, it definitely hurts. Definitely hurts to go out like that, bro. Especially with the lead we had in the first half. Did we adjust? I don't know. I don't know, man. But I tell you what, Florida did, and they came out, and like you said, the first run of the second half set the entire stage for that second half game.
Yeah, man, we got to talk about some guys that made impacts on the game that might not show up in the stat sheet. That really had major impact. And Alex Condon, he was 21. He was a center for Florida, and Ruben Chinelu, number nine. So number nine, 21. Man, they only scored 6 points compared together, but not only did they rebound, they combined for 13 rebounds, but um, they tired out Janai Broom. Like you said, he had 12 points in the first half, and then in the second half he had three. Florida was throwing different bodies at him, and with him wearing down, he putting fresh bodies on him. It's gonna affect. It's gonna affect them. Just imagine you line up at corner and they keep changing out the receivers and putting fresh receivers. Like you're gonna get tired, and they're gonna eventually, begin to get the best of you. Not only not only did Alex Condon, do well as he could on Janai, but he took 6 points off the board that we really needed. If you recall, Chad Baker Mazzaro got the ball at the end of the game and he had an up and down call. And he actually hit the three.
Yeah,
But it was because he got up and down calls because Alex Condon closed out to him. He tried to pump it, but he had already went up and bro was closing out so good that he had to come back down and try to shoot it, but it was an up and down call. That's one. Then that very next, I think it's the next time we had the ball, Kelly had a three in the corner, and Alex Condon closed out again to it, and he had to pump him. Alex Condon went by him, but then he had to end up taking a bad shot that was pretty much behind the goal, and it just wasn't fluid. We lost by 6 points. We missed what 5, 6 free throws, and then he just took 6 points off the board. People don't think those plays matter, man, but it's all about hustle. And and if I'm Florida coach, man, I gotta commend him for that, man, because he took points off the board himself just with those two plays, and he got to win. Those are the things that don't show up in the stat sheet.
man, all about hustle, bro. One thing that I noticed, bro, watching the game was Florida's ball pressure. I felt like from a sense of ball pressure that they had us playing outside of the 3-point line a lot of the time, especially when Pettiford was in the game. Taha ended the game with 7 points. We all know this is a All-American freshman who is one of the best guards in the country. But one thing that I noticed, man, when he was in the game, he is a smaller guard. I felt as if the ball pressure increased, and I think that kind of took him out of the game. I felt like they had a game plan to make sure that he was bodied up anytime he had the ball. That they was playing great deny ball. When he was a pass away, bro. And man, I think that also impacted the game in a major way, bro. Just the on ball pressure that Florida was able to provide throughout the entire game, dog. So man, this one hurt, man. But shout out to Florida, and more importantly, bro, Walter Clayton Jr. I think he will be the reason that Florida wins it all.
Yeah, man, he had an exceptional night. Played 35 minutes, went 11 for 18 on field goals, 5 for 18. He had 7 to 7 of free throws. He had 4 turnovers, 34 points. Uh, he only had 2 assists, so it's not a big passer.
Yep.
And I think that we should have. I think that we could have, played him better, man. Just knowing that he's a scoring guard. Um, like I spoke on during the game, man. I think that Coach Pearl could have did a better job of taking him out the game. I think we did really well on the denials, but once he started cooking, man, I think we could have went to a double on the catch or some type of zone, a box and one where somebody's always following because it seemed to be like nobody else was really, killing us like that.
Yeah, and that's
Elijah
why I
Martin.
said, yeah, bro. That's why I said, bro. I feel like man for man, pound for pound, we were the better team. 34 points. He did his thing. But who else really showed up on the on the stat sheet as far as points? Um, but to your point, we didn't adjust.
Only person other showed up other than that was Elijah Martin, number 15, who had the dunks. He played a solid game. Played a solid game, 6 of 10. He had two threes, 3 for 3 on the free throw line, 17 points. I
Yeah,
can live with
man.
it though. You know what I'm saying? His points
Yep.
feel different than Walter Clayton Jr. You know what I'm saying?
34 points, bro. College basketball, that's going off. That's going
Shit,
off, bro.
that's a lead. You put
Yeah,
34
yeah.
in the lead.
Facts. Facts. That's in basketball. That's going off, bro. And that's what he did, bro. And it's to the point. I don't know. Um, did we adjust? Did we try to double team? Did we try to deny? Make sure that the ball did not go in his hands. We should have gotten to a point where, hey,
Yeah.
do not let this kid touch the ball. Whoever our best defender is from a guard standpoint, he cannot touch the ball on these possessions.
And
Um,
we did deny. I did see him denying. But my thing is when he got the ball, why aren't we immediately conversion with doubles? Immediately.
yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
you're not gonna beat us. Somebody else is gonna have to beat us. It's not gonna be you, bro. I promise you. Like I don't get why we didn't go into that mindset because bro, it's win or go home.
yeah,
You can't just keep letting them score. We gotta try something else. Somebody else go ahead and hit these shots, bro. You not finna hit them. I'm sorry. Because I feel like that's what they did to our dynamic guard and to Heath Pettiford. Let's talk about it. All year, people has been saying, "Oh, Janai Broom, Janai Broom, Janai Broom, Janai Broom," and he has been an exceptional player. But if you watch these games, we got the most wins out of top 15 teams that played. We done played the most and we done won the most. If you look at these games, we're playing these top teams and we're winning. The guy that has been the driving force behind the Auburn Tigers is Tahid Pettiford. Whenever he doesn't score over 10 points in a big game, we lose. Period. Now, he can score over 10 and we still lose, but it is a guarantee 100% if he does not score over 99.9, if he don't score over 10 points a game, we will lose that game. So I was having a hard time understanding why Bruce wasn't getting him more shots, easier shots. Why wasn't he driving more? When he was driving, he was trying to kick it like go up and get fouled. What was going on in his head? You know what I'm saying? Was he hearing the talks of, hey, man, maybe you could come out and hit the draft this year? Or what was it? Because it didn't seem as though he was playing with the savvy and the confidence that he'd been playing against when he played against a Michigan State, when he played against Houston, when he played against, these other guys during the season early this year. And I was just confused. Yes, he's a freshman. I understand. Sometimes they hit walls. Sometimes the lights get a little bright. I understand he's a freshman. But what happened? Why couldn't we get him going? I feel like a lot of that is on coaching.
I think the ball pressure, bro. That's why I brought up the point. I felt like when he came in the game, it was a the game plan was when he came off the bench as the sixth man, we have to apply ball pressure and body him up. If you look at the first few possessions when he got in the game, bro, guys were pressuring the ball. I'm talking about
Yeah.
full court on screens. They was doubling. He had to get. They made sure that they got the ball out of his hands so that he didn't get in rhythm. And if you think, go ahead, yes sir. Talk to me.
They did what?
Got the ball at his hands. They trapped on screens
They did what?
and got the ball at his hands.
They got the ball out of his hands.
Early, early. This was
They
an early
said,
game plan.
what did they this what they I'm telling you what they said. We watched the film.
Yeah.
When this guy does this, you guys win 99% of the time. We will not let him beat us. Somebody else gonna have to beat us. That's all I'm saying. Why couldn't we have done the same thing?
I agree. I agree. And that was the game plan by Bruce Pearl's protege. Bruce Pearl's protege had this game plan coming into this big game. Because again, if you watch the first possession when he came off the bench, when they ran screen, he was trapped. And this was outside of the 3-point line. They made sure the ball came out his hands.
Yeah, in the
And
locker
on top, in the hey, I'm telling you, a
room.
week ago, about a week ago. And another thing, bro, when you watch him play, he's not a big guard. He's not a big guard, bro. So I think that they knew, hey, look, let's body him up. Let's make it tough for him. Let's make sure that whenever he's attacking to the rack, whenever he's trying to drive, that we put a body on him and make it hard for him. So, man, Florida had a good game plan, bro. Did Bruce Pearl get out coached since we here?
Definitely.
Mm.
He got out coached. No question. And I feel like he continuously get out coached against Florida. And I'm trying to figure out why. What is it?
Is it the human nature, man? When you're playing against your protege, when you're playing against one of your buddies, man, do you take it a little bit? Do you have a little bit more sympathy and empathy, whatever the word
Man,
we're
ask
looking for?
ask Nick Saban what he do to his assistants.
Man, he beat they boy. He
Ask
hey,
what
he
he do
getting
to
it
his
to
assistants.
their ass, man.
You
I
know what I'm
think
saying?
oh man, Nick is a different animal. I tell you that now.
So what I will say, what I will say about this game, like you said, he's a smaller guy. People got to start, not people, basketball players have to start dedicating their time into the weight room. Like we said, looking at their team, it looks like they put time to their weight rooms. Like, man, they got a couple football players on their team. You see Braun with his longevity and what's going on. Like, look at the guards. Pettiford is 6'1", 175. Walter Clayton Jr. is 6'3", 195. Them 20 pounds matter, man. You look at number 9, the big dude they had, Chamberlain, when he was setting picks against when we have a Broom, a Baker, or even 44. He's solid. He's 240, but it could be a whole lot more stronger to me if you get what I'm saying. Like when you run into that screen, you got to be God dog. You know what I'm saying? When we was running the 9, I could tell like they felt when they was running to that screen. I don't think we have that. And I think these basketball players got to develop a little bit more time in that weight room, man, because it shows up, man. That weight room improves your game.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I did feel like first half we played as the tougher team. Second half definitely did not, man. Florida came out more scrappier, and hey, that's why they are headed to the biggest game of them all, man. The national championship.
Yeah, man. They headed there.
All right,
And
well, I got one, well, before we move on. Again, everybody should know if you tune in to Warm Up with Rivalry, man. Smooth, his pops is a Florida Gator, man. Played football, played corner, and he is a huge fan of what's going on with this basketball team, man. What text message did you get? Let us know.
man, it started last week, man. I sent out the text to him, my cousin who went to Florida, and I sent a James Brown song, man. And I put the James Brown song on on my Instagram story, man. If anybody want to know what it is, man, it was the Big Payback, and it was the perfect song. I couldn't have found a better song to play, or let them know that how we was coming this weekend when we played them. Because that's what it is. It's simple revenge that we were seeking out, and I sent it to them, letting them know what was going on, and I had to eat those words. I had to eat those words. Started off in a text message. We didn't watch the game together. He ended up leaving and going somewhere to watch it with his friends or whatnot. So we didn't watch the game together, which was probably good for me. Um, but he did have my number, so he was able to text. And the first one was the side eye with the eyes looking to the side. Then after that was a cricket, and then after that was the text of whistle while you work.
Hey, I'm
That's
weak,
all I
man.
could do, man. All I could do was laugh, man. And you gotta take it on the chin. You gotta take it on the chin because if best believe if it went the other way,
Mm,
it would have been a whole lot worse, man. So
goodness.
that's just the beginning of it, the text. And when I seen him, it was a little bit more antics that we can't, speak on Rivalry. But it still hasn't stopped. I received more today, and I'm sure it'll be a little bit more tomorrow. Now, even after they win, it might get a little bit more aggressive. But up until I'm sure I receive some more, man. So it's all fun and games, man. It's what sports does. The camaraderie brings people together. So I'm all for it. Eventually, the table will turn, the coin will flip.
Hey, man. Shout out to Will White, man. You got your bragging rights. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You've continued to have your bragging rights this year. Um, all across the board, all across the board, the entire Florida Gators athletic program, bro. So, damn, man, I hate you had to go through that, but hey, like Coach Brian Van Gorder would tell us, you get what you earn.
Get what you earn,
Get what you earn. All right,
man.
man. Let's talk.
Thing you can ever say. I live by that.
Hey, you got to, man. You got to. So shout out to BVG, man. Even though we went 3-9. Shout out to you for all the life lessons you gave us, bro. All right, man. Let's talk about it, man. Duke and Houston, man. Another showdown that was surprising to say the least. A lot of people, I'd say probably 80% of Vegas, man, had Duke winning this game. Cooper Flag, he has 27 points, 7 rebounds, but they fall up short. Houston's CJ Cryer had what 26 points. Great guard play, man. Great guard play from Houston. This is a tough Houston squad. They played tough all year, and they were the underdog. They were the underdog in this game, man. But they go on to face the Florida Gators in the championship game, man. Man, what'd you think about this matchup, man? Shout out to Houston. Love the head guy. I feel like they are continuing to build a program. This the past few years, man. What they've been able to do, where they are now. Back to it. You get what you earn. I think they have earned every part of this process. They earned to be exactly where they are now, man. So shout out to the Cougars for the upset. But what'd you think, man? Cooper Flag's last game as a Duke Blue Devil has finally came, bro. Great year. He was the player of the year. He won that award over our guy Broom. But his career has come to an end, and Houston Cougars put Duke Blue Devils out of the tournament.
Woo, yeah, man. This was one of those games, man. Um, it was a great matchup numbers wise. First of all, in this Final Four, we had all number ones.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That is very rare. They got it right. You know what I'm saying? They got it right. All number ones. Uh, but this matchup here was based off. I think it was a great matchup because it was a team that always scores above a certain number, and then you had a team defensively that keeps people below this number. And Houston defensively keeps people under 70 points. And Duke was the team that scores over 70 points. They score over 70 points every game except three. And that's what it was going to come down to, man. If you haven't watched this Houston team, Auburn Tigers beat them earlier this year. Took a heroic effort from Tahad Pettiford to beat them in Houston. But they are a great team. They are a team that they coach, builds, like you said, builds a program. They get guys in, and guys don't leave and go to the league. They stay around, freshmen, sophomore, junior, senior. So They're developed. They're a developed team, and they're a scrappy team, man. They are a scrappy team. They don't have to score a whole lot of points, but they defend their behinds off. Like I said, man, they keep guys under 70 points. Duke only scored 67. All right, and it's only been 3 games this year where Duke ain't scored over 70. This is one. This was not one of the games. This is the 4th game. So just watching them, man. This was one of those games where it was like Cooper Flag was going to solidify, why he won the Player of the Year, why he's going to be the #1 pick, and he did put those numbers up. I was watching the game, and it was up by like 10 or 12 points, and it kind of gave me the feeling like, okay, I know how this is going to go, um, and I turned it. And when I came back to it, man, tables had turned. But just watching the game, man, Houston was down, but I never seen them like have a moment where I felt like they were gonna quit. They were still hustling. They were still diving on balls. They were still crashing boards. Like they are a very scrappy team, man. They have a center down there, like 6'8", 6'9", and he reminds me of Ben Wallace. Like his name is,
What a comparison.
man, what's his name, man? Oh man, I'm having a blank moment. But he's nothing but 6'8", 6'9", man. And I just seen this guy just not the tallest, nice, good size guy, thick guy. He's in the weight room, just running for boards, offensive boards, getting them more opportunities, running down the floor. He's hustling, he's getting blocks, and they feed off him, and you can tell like their energy. Here's their guy that gets them started. Without him, I don't know where they would be, honestly, because he's the batter that's in their back. And he leads them, man. It's very scrappy to see that things change the way that they did, and then for them to grind that game out. That second half was definitely a whole lot different. Went in, it was down by 6, and I remember hearing a guard from Duke when he was getting interviewed, Canuple, saying that they wanted to try to close out on their threes better, because they was getting too many open shots. But looking at the second half, man, Houston came out and put up 42 and held Duke to 33 in the second half. That was major. They turned the game around, man. It was an excellent game to watch. Was I surprised that Duke lost? Yes, I was very surprised. I just thought that Cooper Flag was just gonna be too much, even though he still had an excellent game. Excellent game, 27.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. I mean, doing everything he needed to do. Hit 8 free throws out of 8, made all his free throws, hit 3 threes, did what he needed to do to win the ball game. Uh, but like I said, man, Houston just kept chomping away at the
Yeah.
bit. And they never gave up, and that's why you have to continue to play these games. Um, you have to continue to play these games till it's 0 on the clock, and I always tell myself that. And shout out to Houston, man. Shout out to that coach, man. He's been steadily building that program, and they've been consistently in the top 5, but just not getting to this stage. And now that they got to this stage, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do. I have
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about the predictions, but shouts out to Houston, man. Congratulations to that program. It's definitely earned.
Yeah, man. Hold off on your prediction, man. But back to your point, man. Houston building a program, bro. They won this game. I think you would say the same off of toughness. Toughness, just a sense of want to, bro. Um, and I think this was built in the offseason. We talk about, man, these you don't get to these points, man, just out of nowhere, bro. Um, they were the #1 seed. You've continued to see how they perform throughout the year, but they just were the tougher team. I don't know if you've seen it, but man, they do a loose ball drill. They do a loose ball drill. It's went viral a few times, man. Where damn near they fighting over the ball. Coach just roll the ball out and hey, go get it.
Dogs.
Creating dogs, bro. And that's what he said. I don't know if you saw a video recently of the type of kids that he recruit. And he
Mm,
said, you have to be a certain type of kid. If you have any sense of entitlement, I don't
mm.
want you. I don't want you a part of this program, and we will not recruit you. So, man, he has a plan. He's built a program that can, I think, withstand, time. I think that he will continue to bring in great guys. He will continue to recruit, obviously throughout the portal now, not as much at the high school level, but he will make sure that he brings guys that fit his program, fit well into his program onto that team, bro. And I think you'll see Houston back. Again, they still got a one more step to close out this chapter of a great, historic season. But
Yeah.
man, shout out to Houston. They are a tough team. This has been established. They also conditioning. I mean, if you look conditioning wise, I think they got some videos circulating as far as how they condition, as far as going out to the track, how they running their miles, the records that these guys are running their miles in.
Yeah.
This is a team again. The foundation is built off conditioning and toughness.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they at where they are now. And I think that's why they beat the Duke Blue Devils. For me, it was not as shocking because I knew that this was a tough Houston team who could play some good basketball.
Yeah, man. I agree, man. They go 8 deep, and they starters almost average, about 33 minutes apiece. Um, one dude played 40 minutes. He played the whole game, then come off the floor and scored 26.
Mm, conditioning, toughness.
So, yeah, man, it says a lot to their program. It
Yeah.
says a lot to their program, man, and what they believe in. And to say that he's not gonna, bring in a type of kid, man, even if it's a 5 star, you got to stick to what you know and what you believe in. And I respect it.
Yeah, man. All right. With that being said, now Houston, they will match up with the Florida Gators, the best team um, in the SEC, right? The toughest division in the country right now. Houston
Yeah,
now has an opportunity to face these guys. And guess what? These are two teams from the South, man. I feel like oftentimes, man, just basketball in general, your best teams usually come from the East Coast, usually
yep.
up north. But now you got two teams from the South, man, in this big game. You got the Florida Gators, you got the Houston Cougars. Man, what's your prediction, bro? What's your prediction in this matchup? Who will come out on top and be your 2025 national champions?
Man, the South got something to say. Like Andre 3000 said, man. Like you said, basketball is usually an East Coast up North sport, but I mean, we're taking things over. We go get the bad Ohio State one and football this year, but it's coming back to the South this next year, I believe. But just my predictions on this game, man, it's really again, I feel like this is going to be a great matchup because Florida's another team that can score a lot of points, and Houston plays excellent defense. I really want to see how they match up with Walter Clayton. Will he be slowed down? He can't be stopped, but will he be slowed down? He's still going to be the driving force. What is Florida going to do to get him open? Because Houston knows that, we will have to stop this guy to win this game. Who else is going to step up? Will 15 step up? Will 9 step up? Will 21 step up? Will 10 step up? Um, it's just gonna be interesting to see, man. I can't wait to watch it. It will be something to watch tomorrow night. Um, my prediction is I'm gonna go with the SEC. I'm gonna go with the SEC to win this game and close it out because they had the best conference this year in basketball, sending 14 of the 16 teams in the SEC to the big dance, not the NIT, to the big dance. The other two teams was invited to the NIT and declined it. So
Mm.
every team in the SEC for basketball could have went and played postseason basketball. It's an amazing thing. I'm gonna ride with Florida. Just so for the conference and to say that the team that put us out won the Natty. I think it will be a close game, and I think they will have to come back and somebody's gonna go on a historic run. I think Houston's gonna shock some people, and they're gonna come out with nothing to lose because they're gonna be the underdog, just like they had nothing to lose last night against Duke. They could play a whole lot freer. So I'm picking Florida to win this game in a close one.
Oh man, SEC, SEC. All right, man. Well, I said earlier on this show, I said, man, Walter Clayton Jr. will be the reason that the Florida Gators are national champions this year. But guess what? I didn't change my mind that fast. Changed
Okay?
my mind that fast, man. And I feel like Houston will win this ball game off of what we just talked about, toughness and conditioning, man. For some reason, I feel like matchup per matchup, Houston has the better matchups. I think Houston will be a tougher team. I think Houston has the better coach. That's why I got to go with Houston to win this game. Man, shout out to Florida. I'm very interested to see this matchup also. Uh, I mean, is Florida ranked top five in offensive, just stats this year? Scoring. Yeah, I feel like they're somewhere in top five, top 10. But this is for all the marbles. This is for all the marbles, bro. And I think I'm gonna take Houston um, to win this matchup, man. Very close one. This is the type of game that could go into overtime, bro.
Yeah.
This is the type of
But
game.
it did.
Yeah, this type of game can go into overtime. Um, Very scrappy, but I think Houston will come out on top. Toughness, I think they'll out rebound um, Florida. I think they'll play tougher. Few steals, out hustle. That's what I'm rocking with, man.
Yeah, Florida's the top five. They're number three.
Yep,
Number
yep,
three in
yeah,
total
man.
offense.
Yeah, that's scary
Alabama,
stuff, man.
Alabama was one.
Mm,
Alabama was one, then Gonzaga, then Florida, then Kentucky.
yeah,
Auburn sitting at 11. Missouri at 6. Look at these SEC teams in here, man.
yeah, man.
Basketball. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, man. The stat you threw out, bro, as far as the amount of teams that made the tournament out the SEC. Curious to see if that's ever happened before.
Uh, as far as another conference, or as far as like the SEC?
As far as the SEC,
Oh,
both
definitely not.
both, but definitely the SEC. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Definitely.
What'd you say? 12 out of the 14 teams?
14 out of the 16
14
teams
out of six. 14 out of the 16 teams, SEC teams made the tourney this year.
made the tourney. The only teams that didn't make it was South Carolina and LSU.
Wow. That's wild, man. Well, all right. That's our predictions, man. Tomorrow night, it's going down. It's going down, man. The South got something to say. You got the Florida Gators, you got Houston Cougars, and man, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one down here. Hey, and another one though. Hold on. Another advantage Houston may have. Where is this game being played at?
It's San Antonio.
Oh man. Oh man. Houston will be in attendance. I tell you that much.
It's in San Antonio, man. But Florida, these SEC schools, they got that long money.
Yeah,
They'll be
man.
there. It won't be no advantage.
I bet you see more. I bet you see more. I bet you see more red.
It won't be no advantage. These people go be there. If Auburn was playing, they would be there. They'll be there.
For sure.
Don't
For
be there,
sure.
man. You know how to post support their
But
team.
but but listen, Houston gonna have that red in there, man. It's gonna be packed with red. You're gonna
Hey,
see tomorrow, bro.
we'll see. I'm saying there'll be more blue than red or more orange than red. We'll watch and we'll see. What do y'all think? Y'all think it'd be more Houston? Y'all think it'd be more Florida fans in there? I'm going with Florida. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Let us know, man. All right, bro. Moving on, man. The women's championship was today. Dawn
Yeah,
Staley,
yeah.
UConn, South Carolina. The matchup everybody's been waiting for. Man, South Carolina goes
Waited.
down.
We could have kept waiting.
We could have kept waiting, man. 59 to 82. This
Yeah,
was
man.
not the outcome that many of us women's basketball fans expected. Paige had, I think, 17 points. She was third on the team in score.
Yep.
She
Yep.
had two other teammates with 20 points, I believe, 20 plus points. South Carolina did not have any player with 10 plus points on their team.
Ridiculous.
Goodness, goodness, goodness. But what I tell you, man, shout out to South Carolina. They have built a dynasty. Shout out to Coach Don Staley, man. But UConn, their head guy, what's Coach's name, man? Legendary coach.
You know, REM.
I'm sorry, man. Coach Gino. Shout out to Coach Gino. Shout out to UConn. Shout out to Paige, man. They win it all, man, and take home the big trophy, bro. What'd you think about this matchup?
Man, it wasn't what I expected, but I guess I'm not surprised, man. UConn beat South Carolina by a total of almost 40 points this year. Not 40, maybe
Mm,
a little more, almost 50 points. In the first game they played when they went up to South Carolina, man, I think they beat them by 29 points. Very disturbing. A lot of questions need to be answered. Because it really looked that dominant. Um, and to see it happen again, man, it was like where do you go from there? They had to go back to the drawing board. They had to go back to the drawing board because UConn is beginning to take back college basketball, women's college basketball. South Carolina did have the show code on it. And Don Staley was running, hadn't been losing a game in a year or two, or they only lost one game in 4 years and stuff like that. But UConn has gotten the best of her, and she has to go back to the drawing board and figure out what she needs to add to this team for them to be a competitive. It wasn't competitive at all. And to say like that they shot a whole lot better, it really wasn't that they shot the three a whole lot better. It was just dominance inside. It was dominant. The big girl just was doing her thing, and I want to say her name was Fudd. Was getting to the rack and just getting inside. It didn't look like they were stopping them at all, slowing them down, and it looked easy, to say the least. And Coach Staley gonna have to either go in this portal, even though she got all these McDonald's All Americans on the team, but she gonna have to go into the portal and figure out who she could bring in to basically beat UConn. Good news is Paige is going to the league. She's already said it, so you ain't got to deal with that. But I feel like the other two are still there, and they gonna be something to deal with. And it's UConn. They go reload. It'll be somebody else, man. It's been a million players that came through UConn that they just keep reloading every year. So uh it'll be another page after that, like it was before they had the Maya Moores, the Diana Taurasi's. I mean, just go on, just go on.
Yeah, man. Young team in South Carolina. I definitely think they'll add a few pieces, man, to compete. They'll be back. You talk about UConn, South Carolina, UConn. They not going nowhere, bro. They're
Yeah,
not going anywhere. You'll get this matchup again, and you'll get a hungrier bunch from South Carolina, who has to understand what it takes to overcome great teams. And a lot of times it's a sense of focus, bro. A sense of focus, how you prepare. And I think that's something that the UConn bunch had on South Carolina. Um, I don't want to say Staley got out coached, but what I will say is preparation matters, bro. And you talk about what do they have? Seven All-Americans.
mm-hmm.
Um, you've got to get more developed. You've got
Crazy.
to you got to bring some veterans in who understand what it takes to win those big games, bro. But man, shout out to those two programs. They will be back. They ain't going nowhere.
No, we ain't worried about it, man. They'll be back. Perennial, good teams. When you talk about the top teams in women's college basketball, you start with UConn or you start with South Carolina. One of those come out first, and then immediately after it is the other team. So we're not worrying about them getting back. It was so much of a difference it was crazy. It was so much of a difference. We didn't think that the difference in the teams was that much, but it's a huge gap right now.
Yeah. Well, all right, man. There it is, man. Giving it to you on the women's side of things, on the men's side of things. And guess what? We got one more big show tomorrow when the Houston Cougars face off against them Gators, man. And guess what? You got to let us know. Is it going to be more red in the building
Yes,
or
sir.
blue and orange, man? Let us know.
Let us know. Let us know.